Hello everyone, my name is Bev Berns and I work for Keystone AEA in Northeast Iowa. I wanted to show you a project that we've been working on, so we being the science consultant Jason Martin-Hiner, as well as our teacher librarian Mindy Reimer, and I should also add the statewide consultants for science and media. We've got this wonderful platform that is new to Keystone, not to the rest of the state, but I wanted to show you a project specific to science and the disciplinary core ideas that could help enhance and support some of the topics that you're talking about. So first, how do I access this? So I'm going to have you go to iowaAEA.org. You can also go to your local AEA's website. This is more of a statewide glimpse as to another way to get to those wonderful resources. So through AEA Online, we have a lot of digital resources that are free to all teachers within the state of Iowa. And so once we go through and access those, the specific one we're going to be looking at is MackinVIA. Now I want you to take a look. There are just a ton of resources that we can utilize, especially in our one-to-one environments. Like I said, MackinVIA is where we are going. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about the background of this project. So what we did was we started out with the idea of we have all these ebooks, but sometimes getting them into the hands of kids is a little more tricky than we need it to be, specifically when you're looking for them to be reading within a core area. And in this case for science, when the NGSS came out, we started thinking about how to gain easy access, especially when you're looking at a specific strand of disciplinary core ideas. And so I have up here is a STEM teaching tool. We use this as a bookmark, usually the backside of that, but this is how they were organized. So you can see if we just zoom into the disciplinary core ideas themselves, they're going to be listed as the LS1 all the way to PS4. Within those, what we did was we took a look at each of the books and decided where they fit within those disciplinary core ideas. So let's go to MackinVIA and I'll show you. So MackinVIA. MackinVIA, like I said, is an ebook platform. To log in, all you should have by now usernames and passwords for each of the students in your classroom. If not, please reach out to the media director at your local AEA. They will be able to give you those authentication pieces for you. But with MackinVIA, we have our ebook platform. On the left-hand side, you can see there's the red groups area, and this is where we've been focusing a lot of our time. So when I click on groups, I'm just going to scroll down to our first science area. And that first one is Earth's place in the universe. Within that, what we've done is chosen some books that were in the statewide system that are available to all teachers across the state that align with the different DCIs, specifically this one, Earth's place in the universe. I already said that. But let's take a look at one of the books, and I just want to open it for you. How about A Black Hole is Not a Hole? Okay, you can see right now there are 100 copies statewide available, so we've got a few of them checked out right now with 92. When you are in the different groups, you have some different options too. On the left-hand side, because we know the DCIs are across all grade bands and they look different. The idea behind these was to have kids be able to read around in their own interest area and even to support some of the local topics that you might be studying. As you notice, we have, in most cases, a lot of them have more than a classroom set available. But if you're trying to find that best fit book, take a look at the left-hand side. You can have search by authors. You can also select interest grade level. So if you have third graders, it's just a slide bar. Okay, if you want to set some limiters, we did not put them by grade level simply because these limiters are very helpful in just establishing the readability of the different books. If you're a school that uses Lexile levels, great. You can click here and it does the same. So any type of Lexile, or let's say you have AR, Fontes Pinnell, you can search if you're having them specifically for example, Accelerated Reader, if they're in their certain area, they can always narrow it down to that focus too. So what we wanted to make was it usable, but then also diverse enough so that they could read around within that DCI. And you can take a look on the left-hand side for more ways of searching. But first, let's go into a book. So I'm going into A Black Hole is Not a Black Hole. You have a couple options off of here onto the right-hand side. Open Now. Open Now just opens it up. It's very much like a preview mode. You do get to see the whole book. If they specifically check it out, you'll see that it takes a copy away. Why we do that? Because they can use the different features in the book. So let's take a look. So when I click Open Now, it takes just a little bit. If you are on iPads, there is an iPad app for MackinVIA that I would recommend. It just makes it a little easier to maneuver. Excuse me. All right, so we can, at the very bottom, zoom in if you want that bigger, zoom out. Of course, flipping the pages. If you're on an iPad, it naturally flips. If we look at the book itself, you can do one page or two. Off to the left-hand side, I call this kind of the hamburger stack. What it does is it opens more. The first one is a notebook. Anything that is highlighted within this book goes into the notes. Okay. Book info tells a little bit about what it is. The citation is absolutely wonderful. So let's say that you're having students do a research report, researched video, whatnot. It has the citations there ready for them to put onto their bib. The last thing I wanted to show is the search. If there's keywords that you would like for them to search within this book, all they do is they would search and it would go directly to those pages. So they can go through, bookmark, and then take a look at maybe some key ideas that they were looking for relating to, in this case, a black hole. If you are Google integrated, this does have a Classroom and Google Drive integration. So if you notice, we had that, the notebooks were available. You could integrate that into Google Drive. Your local tech integrationist can really help you with that, or your teacher librarian, as I talked about before. So those are the different groups that we have for MackinVIA. We're super excited about that. I'm going to close my book. It's just as easy as that. If you have any questions, please reach out. My name is Bev Berns. It's B-E-R-N-S at aea1.k12.ia.us. Also, your science consultants and your local teacher librarian at your AEA are going to be a big help. With this, I've also linked in there a spreadsheet with all of the different books that will continue to be evolving. It is a Google Sheet, so stay tuned. We'll make sure that we keep that up to date. All right, have a good day, and we will see you later.